It's sized in terms of capacity. Its capacity for decibels. Virtually unmatched. Like when Kenny Wheaton took back the pick. Legends like Mariota. Welcome to Eugene and Autzen Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks. The Seminoles offense takes the field. Eyes on this man as he takes the field. The defense knows they're going to try to throw him the football, and it probably won't matter, guys.
Oh, but the defense, Reese, will be locked in. He will see double coverage. They will know where he's at on every single snap, Jesse. Or else.
Running back.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He's one of the few receivers in the country, guys, where if it's man coverage, he's open, zone coverage, he's open. If he's double covered, he's open. Throw that guy the ball.
Wants to fire on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. He makes the connection. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there. It's now a fresh set of downs.
Non-name receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and he would see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He fires to the left side. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. And the Noles decide to put it away. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop for the return at about the 28-yard line. So Oregon's offense will go to work for the first time. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver 100.
Yeah, and feel okay. It's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality. Let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
Yeah, so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run, and they run up the middle, and then play action pass. They keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play-action fake. Moving away from pressure. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Ducks will call on their punt team.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. They go to the ground. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. The Seminoles are in the hurry up. He'll run it again. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. At the 45 on his way. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. On the option. 40, there he goes. He's off to the races. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Well, there's a big run on offense, and guys, I don't think a defender even touched him anywhere near the line of scrimmage. That's how big that hole is.
He finds his man, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
They'll go to the ground. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, no! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
After the misconnection, it's second down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Grabbed behind the line. It's Myers. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
Guys have the backfield now. It's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2. The Ducks send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block, working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just balling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safety.
Going to throw it over the top of the deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Hey, listen, quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB taking their shots as this game goes on.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Quarterback checking the play.
29 Philly.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Going for it all. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete. I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
And it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find another guy that's a baller like him, that's a playmaker, but now I got one-on-one matchups elsewhere. I'm going to take advantage of some matchups somewhere else.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's picked off at the goal line. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
On a cold night, blocking, tackling, whatever. Even when you get an interception like you did right there, it still hurts. So the cold will be a factor in this ball game. And how about the defense coming out and making a statement right out the gates?
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
We're still early in this ball game, but this QB several times already been sacked. This is one of those games that the ice bath is going to be your friend afterwards. We're just getting started. It's still in the 1st quarter, for goodness sakes.
Gets over that one. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that slot receiver, he may not be the biggest receiver in the world, but he's shifty, and he runs really good routes. You saw it on that play.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the field.
And the Ducks will punt this one away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Seminoles have it back up, trying to get that offensive spear flaming. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of too with Warwick Dunn, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen. And offenses have been built around that for years in Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
1st down to start the drive after the break. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They'll throw it on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fired. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. 2nd down coming up. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He's going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends an interception by this quarterback. And now you throw another one in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. And the Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Going up top on 1st down. Moving out of the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got his man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Number 11 in the end zone.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Trying to pound their way in. He's got the 2-point two-point conversion, and they build on that lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23.
Returner runs out of bounds.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
That's a really nice looking throw. When I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is going to win the conference, they need this guy here to be able to make throws like that on a consistent basis. But I'll tell you, he really gives them a chance. He makes this offense good.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. He's knocked down in the backfield, he'll lose a couple. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry up. Wide receiver shows motion. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And they're on him in a heartbeat, and down he goes.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. These corners going to give them some space. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Offense trying to go pitch and trying to get to the outside, but how about the speed on defense, scraping down the line of scrimmage, rallying to the football and creating a negative play.
The quarterback sneak. In that situation, it almost feels like giving up. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt, and he'll have to curl it in from the right side. He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin,
dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Wisconsin is currently trailing, but if this young star powers a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners Alan Amici and Ron Dane among the greats to play in Madison. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Georgia. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit.
Going for the big play. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27th.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
He wants to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Flips it out in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Brings up third down.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They'll give it to the back. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Seminoles try to get that offensive spear flaming. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here. Just give him some easy looks to let him get left.
That linebacker said the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job on the defensive line getting some. Comes free, Woodman taking the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
He lets it fly. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself.
And the Ducks take over.
The offense starts with a short field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete.
The receiver is incomplete. It's now 3rd down.
And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Quick strike complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And this kicker might be feeling it. He made one earlier, now from 49 yards out. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
Well, they're able to get a field goal with 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would like to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. State offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Grab behind the line. It's Osborne. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Noles moving quickly to the line. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in their recent history, but this team back in the day, man, dope was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State center.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. They'll go with the 5 wide outset on 2nd and 7. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Going for it all. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Running out of time here in the first half. They do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. Down in the game, there's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure up.
Can anyone catch it? And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he's so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Quickly complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Ducks have it for the 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He's got it on the run. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Man, you see so much of this in football now. Big body wide receiver, right? Guys that can run routes and box guys out. You want to play man-to-man coverage on me? I'll put my big body on you. You throw it near me, I'll make the contested catch.
That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll park it at the 1. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Okay, ready.
And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. The snap sets up the throw. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ducks.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that's just small. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. Listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode and try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
Going over the top. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You always try, as I always say, the weather means nothing. There's always a mentality. It hurts, okay? The ball feels like a rock. It gets super hard. It's really hard for quarterbacks to grip that thing and make accurate throws. And how about that? The defense comes out, makes a big play, creates the turnover.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Across the 25. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break.
First down for the offense.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Got his man on the right. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Oregon! That was a lightning fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
You can string a few drives like that together, man. That's a lot of scoring.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for two and try to tie it as it is. They're down by one. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And there will be no return on this. Into the end zone. With 8 seconds to go in the half, wonder if they'll try to get a big play just to see what happens. Looking to move it through the air. Lofts one high and deep. He's got it inside the 25. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Eugene as we say hello from our broadcast studios. Toughest job inside that stadium right now might just be the scoreboard operator after all those first downs and touchdowns. Big plays have defined this one, thanks to two of the best receiving in all of college football. Let's see if these defenses can adjust and make the necessary chess moves.
Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one. They're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now his last two games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love that good quarterback is dialed in.
The Ducks will punt it away on fourth down. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. All wideouts, no backs. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He's looking to throw it. Gonna take a shot. Snags it at the 30 and still running. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, no!
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, marching down the field to score. There's no end in sight for these guys.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, What do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Wisconsin is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Camp Randall. One of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Georgia. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Now on second down after the short completion. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. We always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. He's got a head of steam, boy. He is hard to bring down.
To the air on first down. A little screen to the running back. He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves him in second and manageable.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you can tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running a screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Fast motion from the offense. Off the play fake. He looks that one in nicely. A quick tackle made, but he's got ready for the first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
He gets into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion ties the game. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Looking to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Brings it down on the right side. Afterburner's coming. Touchdown Seminoles. They take the lead with the 6. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter. And I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26.
Over. First and 10.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down.
29 Philly. 2-10.
He's going to pass. They're setting up the screen. Puts it on at midfield. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Now it's first and 10 from the 46-yard line. He wants to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Got his man. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. And the Ducks line up to punt it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. First down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Comes out throwing on first down. They get him up, rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got two and got it on the ground. Might be a good call later on again. And how nice is it to have the whole crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. But the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Florida State.
Number 3.
He is dialed in. David, remember when we called Jameis Winston's debut? 27 passes, not one hit the ground. The 2 incompletions. This guy's locked in like that.
Locked in, dialed in, and when you're compared to Jameis Winston, and by the way, I mean, he was in fuego that night. It was awesome to be there. Those are the kind of guys that catapult you to the next level and bring Florida State back.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And the return man is stopped. And now they'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They'll throw it on first down. Safe completion on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. They'll snap it from the 25 here on second and long. He's looking to throw. On target to the left. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break, able to create separation. There was no question the quarterback was going to target that receiver on that.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to return at about the 28-yard line. Offense getting set for first down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Time to take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
He wants to pass it on second down. Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. Touchdown, no! And once he got loose, it was all over.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game. Defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And he tacks on the extra point. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period.
3:25.
He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Still on his feet at the 45. Off he goes. He'll be stopped. So they'll have it first and goal.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
The huge explosive play put him right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. They'll use the running game on first and goal. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Still on his feet at the 35. All kinds of running room. Past the 20. And he finds his way out of bounds real close to the goal line there, knocking on the door. He's now up to 95 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. And the Seminoles have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Seminoles. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And they got him for the sack.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a win.
You want to have a lot of success on defense, make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell this quarterback doesn't have a prayer.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got it down the middle. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
And I get it. At this point in the 2nd half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
He'll toss it. Touchdown, Florida State. And the route is on. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Wisconsin is currently trailing, but if this young star powers a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners Allen Amici and Ron Dane among the greats to play in Madison. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Georgia. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in. That is a good sign for this offense.
This dude is putting in work out of the slot, and he is just wearing out this defense.
Man, you see it, Reese, in football. These slot guys are so quick, so athletic. You back them up off the football so you can't get hands on them, and you just find ways to continue to get him the football. He's making plays, so I'm going to continue to throw it his way.
This quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
The Ducks are moving quickly down the field.
Spider.
Looking to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
receiver, they looked like they could execute that throw in their sleep. The quarterback took the steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
He'll pull it down and run. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Got him downfield. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down.
When receivers are running slant routes against man coverage, sometimes you get open using speed, but sometimes it's pure physicality. This receiver does a great job of using his hands, and then he's able to fight his way to the inside. At the end of the day, he just wanted that football more.
Fires to the tight end, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I'll say this, man, in college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal.
And go.
Looking to throw for it. Into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
On fourth down, looking to pass. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Well, I love the play call by the defense there on fourth down. They were expecting pass, and they didn't decide to just lay back and play zone coverage. They were going to dial up the pressure. They bring the blitz, and they just overwhelmed the offensive line and anyone else trying to protect that quarterback. He had no shot.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start, offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Quarterback checking off. From the gun. Trying to beat the D deep. A full dive to haul that one in. He's turning in the type of performance that will etch him alongside the Seminole legends.
He has been on fire. You got to find some way to slow this guy down because right now he's getting what he wants, when he wants, how he wants. And this Florida State offense is really rolling.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Touchdown, no! And the punishment has been extended.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring a touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing today. But Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face, and you mistakes, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it.
And the quarterback is snowed under. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. On second down, he's looking downfield. Got his man downfield. Oh, look out. There he goes. He's at the 10. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous play and consolation prize. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going. And maybe you can build.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
He now has 108 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And not much picked up there, but that will do it for this one. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team when you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.